give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to World of Tanks with Scout. I hope you all had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I know that I certainly did, and with this being the new year and all, I thought for the first video of the year we'd do something, well, not new, but a little bit different, something kind of uncommon for my channel. Let's take a look at the AMX 1375, the French Tier 7 light tank. That's right, I'm still working my way down that French light medium tree, trying to get to the bat chat. I've passed the 12T, moved on to the 1375, and I thought we'd take a quick look at it, maybe 2 minutes on the stats talking about it, and then I'm going to show you guys some gameplay with this tank. So without further ado, diving right into the stats here, you can see that the AMX 1375 has 900 hit points. In my configuration, it weighs in at 15.35 tons, a max of 17.99, 300 horsepower engine, 61 kilometers per hour top speed, 40 degree per second hull traverse. Its armor, it does have some, but it's really negligible considering what it goes up against. It's got a 6-round outer loader. In fact, it's the same gun from the AMX 12T. It's just got a little bit better soft stats, as we're going to see here in a minute. 13.85 rounds per minute, 16 seconds on the actual gun reload time. Now granted, that's I believe that's including some of my cruise skills and whatnot. The turret traverse is 46 degrees per second, view range 390. As you can see with my telescope, it goes up to 487 if you stop and take a look, and 750 millimeter signal range. Now what does all this add up to in 30 seconds or less? Bottom line, it's a very mediocre light tank. And I'm going to take you over to Tank Compare right quick and show you what I mean before we get into the replays. So here we are comparing the AMX 12T to the AMX 1375, just to give you an idea. As you can see, the 1375 is really nothing new. It's just the 12T but more. It's got more hit points, better signal range. Oops, I guess it would help if I hit the top values, right? But about the same signal range. It's a little bit faster. It backs out the same. It's heavier. It's got more horsepower, but it weighs more, so slightly worse horsepower to ton ratio, but it's a wash. The traverse speed is the same, maxed out. Look at all this. It's just the 12T but more. Better terrain resistance. View range is a little better. Turret traverse is better. Gun, again, is exactly the same, but the soft stats on the gun are better. As you can see here, better rate of fire, better reload time. Accuracy is a wash, but your aim time's better. Slightly better soft statistics in terms of depression and elevation. You got a little more rounds. Again, it's all the same. It's just the 12T but more. What's really interesting is when you compare the 1375 to the other Tier 7 auto-loading scout tanks, specifically the T71 and the M41. We take a look at that here. I've already set it up for you. You can see that the 1375 really doesn't compare that well. It's got 900 hit points, which is more than the T71, but less than the Walker Bulldog. It does have the best signal range, but by a whopping 5 meters. It is the slowest. The speed limit back is a wash. If we go down and look further into armor, obviously doesn't really matter, but we look further into stats, it's got the worst horsepower. It's got the worst horsepower per ton. It has the worst traverse speed. Even the soft statistics, it really loses a little. If you look here, you can see that it has the worst terrain resistance, with the exception of soft terrain, where it's a little bit better than the T71. View range, it's the worst. Turret traverse, it's in the middle. Turret traverse arc 360, yay, we've all got that. It does have a slightly better rate of fire, but that's only when you compare it to the M41 with the autoloader. If I throw in the top non-auto-loading gun on the Walker Bulldog's got a better rate of fire and doesn't have to worry about reloading its magazine. So accuracy, it does have the most accurate gun, unless, let's check this out. Yeah, it still has the most accurate gun, but not by much. It's only 0.02 better than the Walker Bulldog. And the aim time, here again, the aim time is a wash unless you put the non-auto-loading gun on the Walker Bulldog, in which case its aim time is even better. And even your elevation and depression are the worst. So yeah, Unfortunately, time has kind of caught up to the 1375, and it really looks kind of aged, but all in all, still not really a bad tank. So that's the stats, that's how it stacks up. Let me show you the replay footage and show you exactly what I mean when I say despite the stats, it's really not a bad tank. Here we are on mines in the AMX 1375. We're tiered pretty well, and really I look at it, there's three different ways to play this tank. One, you can passively scout. Something I'm not very good at, and I don't think there are very many maps that facilitate doing that as well as I would like to. Two, you can actively scout, something I'm decent at, but again, the maps don't really lend themselves to it, and it's incredibly risky. Or three, you can kind of play this tank as an assassin and just try to clean up late game, and that's kind of what I had in mind when I was playing this game, was I just kind of want to survive the initial insanity up on the hill, and then maybe try to get up there and get around, find some way to get to a flank or behind the enemy, and then assassinate some tanks. So I stop here because I don't really want to suicide rush up that hill. I feel like I'm going to lose too many hit points at the beginning of the game doing that. So I'm going to stop here and try to shoot the other team scouts as they rush up the hill. Couldn't quite catch that Chaffee. He went by too fast. Watching that leopard, and there's the T-71. Going to take a shot at him. Ah! Didn't aim it right. What I didn't account for there is both those tanks are low profile, and there's actually a downslope to that ridge, as most of you know, on the far side of where I'm looking at it. And those tanks, they didn't come up high like I anticipated. They drove through that on the low side, so I didn't get a shot. So now I'm just being patient, biding my time, seeing what I can spot, what I can see. And hello, Chaffee. Look off to my left there. And we're going to take a shot of this tracks. Yep, there we go. Track him, hold him there. And now we're going to lay into him and try to finish this Chaffee off. And that's what I'm talking about. Just laying low and bide the time. And there's a shot that I did not expect. How in the world that T-29 hit me, I don't know. But we do know that T-29s have good gun depression. So now I'm looking at this T-25 AT right here, wondering if I can get up and get shots at him without offering myself up as a target to the T-29 again. Was trying to track him there, couldn't quite get it. Trying to feather a shot in, try to find a silhouette here. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to do it. Go back and see what's going on the hill. Mindful of that T-29. That was a hit that I really did not need to take. Could have lived without it. Wasn't expecting it, to be honest with you. I'm still surprised he had the depression to hit me. Thought I might be able to get that T-71 there. I saw him on the mini-map and I swung back over, but too late. Might be able to feather a shot at this T-25 if he comes forward a little more, if he backs up too far. And I was looking at the mini-map here, and I see there's some trouble going down on this side of the map. It looks like we've got it pretty much in hand everywhere else, and I'm starting to feel kind of useless sitting there, so I want to try to come over here. I really like to get over there and help that IS-3 and the T-34 against the T-44 and their IS-3, but they've also got a T-34 over there, and I think it's too early to rush, so I'm going to stop here, get my camo net, my binos up, and try to spot. You guys know sometimes there are campers down at Juliet 5, Juliet 6 around in the bushes there. I'm trying to spot them. That's why you see me looking in these trees here. I'm not seeing anything. See, I'd really like to go around this flank, but it's kind of iffy, and there may be something over there I don't see, and then when I get spotted, I'm going to get shellacked. Because there may be guys camping over all the way over at Juliet 8 who could still hit me, so no way to go around. I don't want to trash my tank this early in the game, because I do feel like this tank can assassinate tier 8 heavies pretty damn well if you can survive long enough, so I'm just going to get away from there and try to be patient. I kind of like to get that Carnarvon. That Tiger doesn't seem... Now, I'm talking about our Tiger. See, there you go. There's the Jackson. That's what I was afraid of. Might be able to get shots at this Jackson. Not quite. But if he's distracted... can I get shots at the T-34? Because I still want to help that side of the map. I'm thinking that that's going to be trouble over there, but I don't think I can get shots. I need to get up this hill while I can, Because if I can get up this hill, I can come around either the Carnarvon or look, there's a T-34 over there. And he's, yeah, looks like our T-34 could use a little help. So I can go around this way and get behind this T-34. And this is what I'm talking about when I say playing this tank like an assassin. I don't know why that T-34-3 didn't do it, but if he's not gonna, I'm gonna come over here and do it. Slow down, scoot down here without losing my tracks. Not quick enough to save our T-34. I don't think he saw me. And we'll come around here. I can't believe that ricocheted. And take out his track so he can't keep turning. Now that turret traverse is never going to be enough to get me. And bam, there's one tier 8 heavy out of the game, giving us our second kill there. Now I'm looking at that Carnarvon. I kind of want to go up behind him or on his side and help out this T-34. I'm not going to make it. Well, that was the plan anyway. I think actually what I'm going to do here is I don't want to push this Carnarvon because he's got nothing else to shoot at but me, and I don't know how much help that Jagdpanther is going to be. So what I'm going to do is back up. What I want to do is get somewhere around in here behind me, make him come down the hill, spot him for the Jagdpanther if the Jagdpanther doesn't already spot him, and then put shots into his flank. Excuse me, put shots into his flank, working together with the Jagdpanther to take out that second tier 8 heavy. You see me there in chat saying I think he's coming down. But he hasn't come down yet. He might have stopped up there. He's probably stopped trying to spot the Jagdpanther. And here's where I get impatient and start to move up because I'm thinking, well, if he won't come down, I'll go up. I should have stayed with my plan. It was a good plan. And yep, see, he's rushing down, and now I just rushed into him. And now I'm going to take a hit and engine damage that I didn't need to take because I wasn't patient enough. Fortunately, we were able to outplay the Carnarvon there. He probably took an ammo rack, which is why he didn't shoot me again. But I really didn't need that 200 points of damage. And here is where I make my second mistake. I should have kept backing up. I wasn't expecting that Tiger 1 to be behind the Carnarvon, and now I'm trapped. And there's very little that I can do. The Jagdpanther's trying to help out. You see him put a shot in there, but that's it. And that's game for me and the AMX 1375. So what I wanted to get out of that video is that you can be effective in the 1375 in assassinating even tier 8 heavies late game. But you need to be careful. You need to conserve your hit points. You need to always, always, always fall back and hide while you're reloading if that's the game you're going to play. Even when you think, like I was thinking there, that Carnarvon's the only guy here, doesn't matter. Fall back and hide when you reload anyway, because if they show up and you don't expect them, you're toast. And I think I could have turned this game around if I'd have just stuck with my gut, but I didn't. And it cost me a shot from the Carnarvon, and later on, as you see how this is going to go, it's going to cost me the game. So, that's it. I'll give you a quick look at the result screens just so you can see how we did. Not really bad for a 1375 in a losing game, and then we're going to move on to some other footage. So here's the results from that defeat on mines. You can see I still managed to get a 3rd class mastery badge out of that, as well as a fire for effect ribbon because we inflicted 1,584 points of damage, got 742 points of assistance damage. Taking a look at the team scores, you see not too bad for a tier 7 light tank. We actually finished 4th on damage done, probably 2nd I think it is on experience for my team, and there's a whole lot of tanks that didn't carry their weight that game, but you know that really doesn't matter. I could have had a better impact on that game if I'd have just played that a little better. Taking a look at the detailed report, you see here 17 shots fired, 15 direct hits, 14 penetrations, got that unlucky bounce on the back of that T-34, giving us our 1,500 points of damage. 4 hits received, naturally every one of them penetrated. What do you expect with 40 millimeters of armor? Damaged 40 vehicles, destroyed 3, 742 points of spotting damage. Still managed to rake in 10,000 credits though, so all in all not too bad considering how I played. And can't stress it enough, man. Always back up, hide to reload, and trust your gut late game like that, because you don't want to be in a boat like that feeling bad where you could have played better. So let's take a look at the next replay. Alright, so here we are again. Really good matchup, tier 8 on Corellia, a slightly different map And what I want to show you guys here is a slightly more aggressive way to play. This is more about aggressive scouting, getting to key locations first and then killing the enemy scouts so you can spot for your team. Now you see the other team has 3 light tanks and we have 3 light tanks. They got a bulldog, we got me, and then we have 2 lesser tanks on each side. What you can't see because my XVM statistics are down right now is that Walker Bulldog is the best player on their team. He's actually better than I am. XVM had him colored blue. So what I want to do is race along with my light tanks and hopefully one of the Cromwells. I'm pretty sure, yeah, there we go. We got a Cromwell on our team. Get up this hill right about Golf 7. Take this hill. And then once we own that hill, we can also shoot down, not only on the south side of the map, but also the north and spot across. T21 apparently went to the middle of the map. Their T21, don't know why he did that. Our Cromwell was YOLOing down the middle. But we've got this Bulldog up here, and we outnumber him 2-1. So what I want to do now is push this advantage and kill this Bulldog as quickly as I can because he is a good player, and that is a good tank. And you can see here, me and the Leopard are just working this Bulldog. He's trying to back up. Bad shot there by me. But we've got 2 rounds left. He does finish the Leopard, but there's no way he's going to be able to finish me off. And we're able to kill the Bulldog. Not sure why he would fire premium rounds in that situation. He may have thought he's going to run into a bigger tank. So now we own the hill, and now we can fire down at anyone to our front left here. You can see where I'm aiming. You do have to be careful if you're up on this hill in a scout tank because the arty will be aiming up here as well. There's always this big scout fight for this hill. Generally, anytime you're playing aggressive like this, rushing to fight for a position, you need to be cautious if there's arty on the map because it's usually, I mean, let's not kid ourselves. Everybody knows where the key positions are, and arty will tend to aim there first because that's where the first people are going to get spotted. And you're going to be the first thing he sees, and you're going to be an arty target until he finds something better to shoot at. So if you're going to play aggressive like that, do be cautious. I was really fortunate there that there wasn't another enemy tank, so we were able to drop off the radar relatively quickly. Just keep that in mind when you're playing aggressive. And now I kind of transitioned to a more passive scout role. I'm sitting in this bush, really trying to spot this T21 is what I'm looking at. I'd also like to be able to see the Cheery and the T-34-85 in the north, but as you can see, I don't have the view range to do that. So right now I'm just playing it patient. I'm looking at the mini-map behind me. It looks like we've got the south well under control. I don't feel like anybody's coming up that hill to threaten me because you can see we've got an IS-2 and some other heavy tanks on the corner behind me. So there's the T-20. Going to try to side in on him. Can't quite get him there. Come back out again. There we go. Oh, be still, be still. That's a good hit. Trying to get a track there. No, that was never going in. That was a silly shot. Ooh, Panther came up, gave his flank to everybody, got killed. It looked like an arty round. Hit that T-20. I'm going to see if I can try to catch the top of his turret here and finish him off. Oh, there's the T-21. That was a terrible shot. He stopped and turned. Interesting. And he's behind a rock or something there. Oh, that didn't hit. See, it hit the rock, so now we're in reload. Don't think he saw me, though. Right on the edge of my normal spotting range. And he's got a tree. Unlikely that he saw me. Because I've got the binos up, and I've got my camo net up, whereas he was moving, so he probably didn't see me. So we're just going to hang out. Again, checking back on the mini-map. They're good behind me. Excuse me, IS-2 and AT-7 holding that corner still, so it's very unlikely that anybody's going to threaten my position. And there's the T-21. Oh, too high. There's a good shot, got him tracked. He uses a repair kit, we track him again, and there's the T-21 down. Now we're going to go try to spot over on the north, try to get some eyes up there for our friends. You see the 112 and the IS-2 are both coming back north. That's good news because we're going to need some help. What I'd like to do is get over here somewhere I want to be in the bushes, but I don't want the bushes and trees actually blocking my line of sight because I want to try to. There, that's the guy I was looking for. Let's see if I can slide down here without killing myself or busting my tracks. Yeah, headshots on the T-34-85. Oh, hello. Chaffee right to my left. I haven't seen him yet. Now I see him. Using auto aim here so that I can kind of keep an eye on where that T-34-85 is at. Yep, that's what I was worried about. I was trying to see him, but I couldn't see him, so we're going to go over here behind a rock. Really lucky there that my tracks ate the damage from that T-34-85 shot. Now I'm going to reload. Only got 5 normal rounds left. I thought I had a full magazine left, but apparently not. Now we're going to hit this T-34-85. Oh, that one bounced. Took a shot there. And there we finish off the T-34-85. Going for a reload here. Apparently it still hasn't dawned on me that I've only got 1 normal round left. There it goes. Now we're reloading a full magazine. Unfortunately it's premium rounds, so these are going to be expensive. Looking for that Chaffee. There he is. And really bad decision by this Chaffee to try to go toe-to-toe with a 1375 with a full magazine. Not sure what he was thinking. We're able to secure our 4th kill. Also, we get the, I don't know, the something or other medal for killing all 3 of their light tanks. And now we're going to hunt their artillery. And hopefully not get blasted by the SU-100Y. So, and you saw the RD shoot at me right before I started moving out, so I know that he's somewhere over here on the western side of the map. We're just going to try to use our speed, just zip right up on him. Not really interested in hitting him with the first shot. I just want to dodge his shot and then get beside him, and then we can just auto load on him all day long. So what I don't want to be doing is moving slow. He's going to be behind some of these rocks, probably further down is what I'm thinking. Build up some speed going down this hill. What? Oh my God. That was probably the most obnoxious thing I have ever seen. You just cannot win for losing sometimes. I probably was a little too aggressive there flying around, but fortunately our IS-2 and our FV-304 will go on to win this game. Don't want to bore you guys sitting here watching them, so let's take a look at the results screen right quick, and then I got one last battle to show you. So there's our victory on Karelia. We got the 2nd class badge out of that. Got a fighter medal, or fighter ribbon rather, for killing 4 tanks, duelist for killing 2 tanks that also damaged me, fire for effect, got the defender's medal, and the name of it escapes me. That's the medal for killing all 3 enemy light tanks. Taking a look at the team scores, you can see that we did very well in our AMX 1375 that time. 1,929 points of damage, good enough for 3rd in terms of damage done and 3rd in terms of experience. A lot of underperforming tier 8s, unfortunately, on my team. There's an IS-3 that only got 2 shots in. Cromwell YOLO down the middle and got killed. AMX M445 with a big goose egg. But, you know, you can't really complain when they got some over here, too. So, all in all, it was a really good game. I was happy with it. Just really, really sad when I got shotgunned at the end of that. Taking a look at the detailed report. We fired 27 shots, got 18 hits, 17 of which penetrated, giving us 1,929 points of damage, 876 of which for more than 300 meters. Took 6 hits, and wonder of wonders, they all penetrated, but we didn't take damage from that one that hit the track, so hey, can't say you're guaranteed to get penetrated every time. Spotted only 1 vehicle, unfortunately. Damaged 5, destroyed 4. 38 points only of assistance damage. That's also kind of depressing, but there's our 73 base defense points and turned a total profit of 2,374 credits after repair and rearm. So let's take a look at one more video. This is kind of the third way to play the AMX 1375. I want to show you guys kind of the passive scouting role. So let's take a look at it. So as you can see here, this is not particularly good matching. This is a tier 10 match on Siegfried line, and this is the time where I feel like you have to be more of a passive scout, more snooping and pooping, hiding in bushes, and especially on a big map like this where you can use your camouflage value to its fullest extent. View range, I'm not really happy with how view range works in World of Tanks, honestly. I feel like they're medium and heavy tanks that have the view range that's just as good as mine, but they don't have the camouflage value. So if I can get there first, again, and then sit in a bush and get my camo net up, hopefully I'll be able to see them and they won't be able to see me, and I can spot for my team, a la passive scouting. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. Zip over here to this bunker, get behind a bush or a tree, spot towards the middle. The first thing that concerns me on this map is the far left corner of the one line. What I don't want is, say, the Centurion 7-1, really not a good example. He's kind of too slow for that. But I'm thinking more along the lines of an STA-1 or something like that, zipping down the one line and just putting shots into everybody and spotting all the way over towards, say, the 5 line for some tank destroyers behind the bunker at about Charlie 2. So first things first, I want to clear this one line, make sure there's nothing coming this way. Let's see if I can get shots on that 7-1 over the top of this bunker. Unlikely. Even if I had them, I don't know that I'd want to take them, because anything that's out here in front of me that's doing the same thing I'm doing will definitely spot me. So again, just playing it patient. Don't think I'm the one that spotted that tortoise. Pretty sure it's the T69 or somebody over there in Fox 6. So just going to sit here, continue to be patient. Now I'm going to bound up a little bit, hide behind this bush, and see if I can reacquire that tortoise wiggling around up there. Now he's under the ring for my binos, as you can see, so I should be able to spot him, especially if he starts moving. Because, as most of you know, tortoise, not particularly the most stealthy thing in the whole wide world. It is still a TD, so it is respectable camo value. But as far as I know, a tortoise is more of an assault gun than a tank destroyer, and therefore its camo value is according. Oh, I'm not sure if that was fired at me or that Waffentrager auf Panzerfeuer. Either way, I'm getting out of here. We do have an STA-1 with me now. That makes me feel a lot better, because now I feel like if I get into trouble, if I find, I don't know, a T69 or another medium tank over here, I've got backup, somebody that can take more than 2 shots. There goes that tortoise. Don't think I spotted him, but I did spot this T28 at full hit points, 1150. So we're going to pull in behind this thing right here, and that T28 is slow and out in the open. Really bad play going out here. So what I'm going to do is keep him spotted and just allow my team to hammer that tier 8 tank destroyer. Oh, there's a big artillery shot there, and there's all kinds of scunning, and there goes the T28 completely down to our spotting. Pretty sure I'm also the one spotting this T69 now. Again, I don't even want to shoot him. I just want to pop out long enough to spot him and then pop back in. Take some splash damage there from the 212 Alpha. Thank God that missed, because if that had landed on me, this would be a dead tank. Trying to spot that T69 again. No such luck this time. He may have realized what's going on, and he's staying back there behind that bunker. See if I can get a shot into this 7-1. It'd be nice to steal that kill. Yeah, I know it's kill stealing. I know what I'm doing. But unfortunately, the bat chat 15555 gets him, and there's the T69 again. I'm pretty sure I spotted him. If not, it was the 34-2 that's coming around. He takes some more damage. And there's the STA-1. Looks like he's going to push the T69. So now I'm thinking about going with him. Can't remember if I actually did. Somebody shooting at him, but I think I'm going to go ahead, and go up here and push, because with the STA-1 pushing, that's a valuable tank for our team. He's kind of risking it, not really going after a beat up T69, but it's the other people that are out here. But if I go with him, it mitigates a lot of the risk, and the T69 can't get away from both of us. We're guaranteed to kill him. And that's the reason I went ahead and pushed, because you can see he's got to turn his back to somebody. There's a shot into the T69, and now we're spotting the T92 and the Waffentrager off Panzerfear. Now watch, I'm going to stop here. Here's where hit points comes in. I know I can take a hit from this guy. And if I stop, he's going to take the easy shot, try to get 500. Yep, there you go. And now look what happens to him. Yeah, I got to fix my tracks. He's still on reload. Congrats, bro. Was it worth the 500 points of damage to lose a tier 9 tank destroyer in a tier 9 with mostly tier 8 game? I kind of doubt it. But that's why you got to know your hit points. And that's where this thing I feel like is different than the AMX 12T, is you can take a hit even in a tier 9 game. Now, you can't get stupid with it. That was kind of a gamble. I was gambling that he had the long gun rather than the big fat howitzer. You don't want to get blasted by like an ISU 152 or something stupid like that. I cannot believe that shot missed. Did you see that? And now we're just dancing back and forth. And that one bounced. I swear. Something about Artie. You see that? I cannot get a kill on Artie in this tank. I get robbed every time. But yeah, do be aware of your hit points in high tier games like this. And now that you're in this vehicle, you do have the hit points to take a hit or two if you can make it worth your while. So, that, you know, we touched on it in the first video. Make your hit points count. Trade them if you need to, but don't trade them unless you're getting something for it. In that case, I was getting a tier 9 tank destroyer for 500 of hit points from a tier 7 light tank. I'll take that trade. It's a good trade. And this one's pretty much over. Only the T32 left. I thought he was going to come down here in the woods and play with me a little bit. And I was going to take that gamble. Unfortunately, he's continued pushing south and he's down in the town. And I do not think that I will be able to beat the STA-1 or the T-34-2 to even get a shot into him. But we're going to try it. You never know. And new artillery punches his ticket rather harshly. So that's it. Victory on Siegfried Line. Let's take a look at the results screen. So here you have the results of our battle on Siegfried Line. Obviously a victory. We got our second class badge again. Haven't managed to even get, I don't think even a first class badge in the AMX 1375 yet. We did get another 5 for effect ribbon though. And we got a spotter's medal because we did a lot of spotting damage in that game. Again, that's what I wanted you guys to see, was the 3 different ways of playing a light tank. Because if you take a look at the spotting damage here, that we got every bit of that T28 prototype, 1,150 of his hit points gone just because we were spotting at him. And again, 1 from the SU-14-2, 1 hit point away from killing him. Just thought I'd show you guys that because, I don't know, God hates me or something. I don't know. Come on, 1 hit point from getting a kill on that guy. But anyway, moving on, we actually finished first in terms of experience with 963 experience points, even though we only did 1,058 points of damage. But in that kind of game, that's a pretty respectable amount of damage for a tier 7 light tank, at least in my humble opinion. But it's really the spotting damage that does it for you. So when you're playing these light tanks, don't think that spotting damage, even though it's kind of boring, don't think that you're not contributing, because you can very easily top the charts in a scout tank just by spotting and playing careful, which is what we did out there in that western field. Moving on to the detailed report, you can see that we only fired 11 shots, but of those 11 shots, 9 hit, 8 penetrated. Can't believe we bounced that stupid SU-14-2, but we got 1,058 points of damage, 526 of it for more than 300 meters. Only took 1 shot. Of course, it penetrated, spotted 3 vehicles, damaged all 3 of the vehicles we spotted, actually. And again, almost 3,000 points of assistance damage, and that's where we really made our money in that game. Brought home, after repair, rearm, and everything else, 18,543 credits. So there you are, folks. There's my rundown of the AMX 1375. Sorry it was a bit long, but it was the first time I had a chance to really show you guys in one vehicle the 3 different ways that you can scout: active, passive, or just running around assassinating folks at the end of a game. So I wanted to get that in and show it to you. I know the 1375 is not the greatest tank. I can't recommend it to you if you enjoy playing tier 7 scout tanks. I would tell you to go get a T71. or really a Walker Bulldog, I think is the best tank you can get that. But in terms of, does this tank suck? Is it hard to play moving to the bat chat? Is it a rut? No, I'm enjoying the 1375. I'm not the greatest scout tank player in the world. I can't wrap my brain around how scouting works in this game. You know, whatever. The things I learned in real life don't apply, but I'm still enjoying the tank. I'm having a good time. Those are the 3 ways you can play it. Hope you got something out of this video, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.